The story you're about to experience is inspired by real events, so sit back, relax, and get ready for an unforgettable journey. In a small town nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, a family of 4 lived in a cozy house painted in shades of pale blue. The Larsons were known for their close bond, always seen together at school events, community picnics, or the local farmers market. Michael Larson, the father, was a firefighter. His wife Grace was a school teacher. They had 2 children, Emily, a bright teenager with a passion for painting, and Oliver, a curious 8-year-old who dreamed of becoming an astronaut. Life in the town was peaceful. The Larsons epitomized the ideal family. But as with many lives that seem perfect on the surface, destiny had a different plan. On a crisp autumn evening, the family decided to take a road trip to visit Grace's parents, who lived 3 hours away. The roads were slick from earlier rain, and the dense fog made visibility poor. As they navigated a winding mountain road, an oncoming truck lost control, skidding across the divider. Despite Michael's quick reflexes, the collision was unavoidable. The crash was devastating. Emily and Oliver, seated in the back, bore the brunt of the impact. A passerby stopped to help, and emergency services arrived swiftly. Michael, with a broken arm and a bleeding forehead, managed to pull Grace from the wreckage. But when he reached for Emily and Oliver, the sight was heart-wrenching. Emily was unconscious and Oliver was unresponsive. At the hospital, doctors fought to save the children. Emily remained in a coma while Oliver was declared dead on arrival. The news shattered the family. Grace withdrew herself, grappling with immense guilt for insisting on the trip. Michael, though equally devastated, tried to be an anchor for his wife. Weeks turned into months, and Emily showed no signs of waking. The once lively teenager was now a fragile figure in a hospital bed, hooked up to machines. One day, Michael visited her with a set of watercolor paints, hoping the familiar smell and touch might stir something in her. He whispered stories about her artwork, reminding her of the gallery where her pieces had once been displayed. Grace, meanwhile, found solace in visiting Oliver's favorite places. She often sat on the swings at the park, clutching his toy rocket, replaying his laughter in her mind. The town rallied around the Larsons, organizing fundraisers and vigils. The community support was a beacon of hope in their darkest hours. Emily's condition became a focal point for medical professionals. Specials were flown in, but their prognosis was grim. The likelihood of recovery was slim. One day, as Michael read aloud from Emily's favorite book, he noticed a flicker of movement in her hand. It was slight, but unmistakable. Doctors confirmed that it could be a reflex, but Michael was convinced it was more. He began spending every waking moment by her side, talking to her, playing music, and encouraging her. Grace, inspired by Michael's hope, started painting again after years. She painted scenes from their happier times, placing the canvases around Emily's room. 6 months after the accident, Emily opened her eyes. The moment was surreal. Though her gaze was unfocused and her movements were minimal, it was a miracle. The road to recovery was arduous. Emily had suffered a traumatic brain injury and her speech and motor skills were impaired. Therapy sessions became her new routine. As Emily worked to regain her strength, Grace and Michael found themselves reconnecting. Their shared focus on Emily became a source of healing. Emily's first word post-recovery was Ollie. The mention of her brother brought tears to everyone's eyes. Grace and Michael realized they needed to honor his memory by celebrating his life. They began volunteering at a local shelter that helped underprivileged children pursue their dreams. They named a program after Oliver, fostering creativity and exploration. Emily's recovery was slow but steady. She relearned to walk, talk, and even paint. Her first painting, post-accident, was a depiction of a starry night with a rocket soaring through it. The family hung it up in their living room, calling it Oliver's Journey. It became a symbol of resilience and hope. Over time, Emily began to share fragments of memories from the accident. She spoke of a bright light and a sense of peace, which she believed was Oliver comforting her. Grace and Michael found these stories both heartbreaking and comforting. They felt Oliver's presence in the little things, a sudden gust of wind, a particularly bright star. Emily, now 16, began advocating for road safety awareness, using her story to educate others. She became a sought-after speaker at schools and community events. The Larsons also worked with local authorities to improve safety measures on the winding road where the accident occurred. Their efforts led to new barriers and better lighting. Grace's art began gaining recognition. Her paintings, often inspired by grief and hope, were showcased in galleries. Critics admired her ability to evoke profound emotion. Michael returned to firefighting, channeling his pain into saving others. He often spoke to colleagues about the importance of family and cherishing every moment. Despite their healing, the family carried the scars of their loss. They kept Oliver's memory alive through stories, photographs, and the program in his name. One year, on Oliver's birthday, the family launched paper lanterns into the night sky. They wrote messages of love and longing on them, watching as they floated towards the stars. Emily's paintings became a testament to her journey. She painted vivid scenes of triumph over adversity, often featuring a small boy in a rocket. Her work was featured at an exhibition titled Beyond the Stars, which drew visitors from all over. Each painting carried a dedication to Oliver. The Larson story inspired countless others. They received letters from other people who had faced similar tragedies, thanking them for sharing their journey. Emily, now preparing for college, decided to study art therapy. She wanted to help others heal through creativity, just as she had. Grace and Michael, though older and grayer, felt a renewed sense of purpose. They found joy in mentoring young parents and volunteering in their community. On the 10th anniversary of the accident, they held a celebration of life. Friends, family, and the community gathered to remember Oliver and celebrate Emily's recovery. The Larson story became a testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure and thrive. Though marked by tragedy, it is ultimately a tale of love, resilience, and the unbreakable bonds of family. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to check out the description below for ways to support the channel and stay connected. Your support means the world.